You find a cat on the side of the road one day. You give her nice food, you give her a new bed, you even give her a cute name. But for whatever reason, you decide not to get this cat spayed. Maybe it was too expensive, or you thought it was going to harm your new cat, but you didn't get her spayed. And so a few months passes, she's happy, she's healthy, she gets to roam the neighborhood. But one day she comes back from roaming in the neighborhood, and she's looking kind of chunky. You think, oh, maybe the neighbor's been feeding my cat, or, oh, I've fed my own cat too much. But you don't question it. A few weeks passes and you find out why that cat was looking kind of chunky. You now have 5 cats. Yep, that cat was carrying a litter of 4 kittens. And so you think, what am I going to do with 4 new cats? Well, you keep them, because why not? And so now you have 5 cats. Well, year passes, they're happy, they're healthy, they're fully grown, and this very first cat is looking kind of chunky again. All right, you don't question it. The cycle continues. You now have 9 cats. 2 years pass, and at this point, you now have 40 cats. Some of them walk kind of funny. Some of them are brave enough to walk through fire, and others just got abandoned right off the bat. This could have all been avoided had you got that very first cat spayed. I witnessed this problem firsthand. My mother decided to pick up that first cat on the side of the road, and in less than 2 years, she ended up with 40 cats. So, because of those 40 cats, I decided to research this topic. And I found that there's actually a really big problem behind this. So I've decided to tell you about the problem, how you can get your own pet spayed and neutered, and how this will actually help the problem as well as benefit your own pet. And so, the first problem I mentioned was actually that there's a huge cat and dog overpopulation in America right now. According to PETA, there's actually 70 million homeless pets roaming the streets. According to a different statistic, 1/10 to 25% of those animals get humanely euthanized every single year because of diseases such as rabies or parasites or just the fact that they couldn't find a home. It's gotten to the point where the number one killer of pets right now is humane euthanasia. Now, the other problem with that is that there's so many pets and the population is growing so fast, there is no clear way to tell just how many homeless pets there are. And you'd never even notice that 1/10 to 25% of those pets are being humanely euthanized every single year because there's so many of them. The population is constantly growing. But government organizations and humane societies have noticed. They've been pouring tons of resources into trying to find them new homes, feeding them, getting them spayed and neutered, to the point where it's just getting ridiculous. There's too many of them. So, there's actually a very easy way that you can help stop this problem, and that is by spaying and neutering your own pet. So, as I mentioned before, this can actually be very expensive. It can range anywhere from $55 to $300. Now, of course, this varies between how much your pet weighs and the equipment that's used and where you go, but long story short, it's not exactly the cheapest thing in the world. But organizations such as the ASPCA is actually helping tons of communities from places like LA to New York City to try and help people find cheaper ways to spay and neuter their pets. They hold events every year, clinics can help, and it's just trying to find a way to find the most cost-efficient way to get your own pet spayed and neutered. One thing I found, according to the Muskogee Phoenix, in my hometown of Muskogee, if you get food stamps or Sooner Care, you can actually get your pet spayed and neutered for free at virtually any clinic. You heard me correct? For free. Now, it's never been this easy to get your pet spayed and neutered, but it has always been this beneficial. And so I'm going to tell you how this can actually help the problem. So, getting your pet spayed and neutered will not immediately stop the problem of overpopulation, of course, but it can actually help stop the overpopulation in general. If your own pet is not making 17 kittens in a week, then it's going to slow down the problem as well as help stop the spread of certain diseases and parasites. As well as being able to help stop the problem, it can benefit your own pet. One of its benefits is that your pet can actually live longer. Because one of the reasons that your pet can live longer is because they're roaming less. When pets are roaming less, they're not getting hit by cars, they're not contracting diseases. It's just all around very good for them. As well as being able to help them live longer, it can actually help them prevent certain cancers. with them being spayed and neutered, it can actually prevent certain cancers because they can't get testicular cancer in males, and it can actually help prevent uterine cancer in females. It can also help prevent various other cancers, but those are two big ones. And so, that sounds pretty good, having your pet live longer, but it can actually help prevent and alleviate behavioral problems such as excessive barking, mounting, and spraying in cats. Of course, your cat's not going to be barking, but dogs are known sometimes for having excessive barking and mounting, and cats can spray a lot. But it can actually help that. It can prevent it, and it can even stop the problem completely. And so, now that after learning this, like I said, it will not stop the problem immediately. It will not stop the problem completely. But after hearing my speech, I hope you've learned about the cat and dog overpopulation problem, the very simple way of fixing this problem, as well as how it benefits your community as well as your own pet. Getting your pet spayed and neutered can leave your pet living longer, as well as keeping your furry buddy happy as can be. The problem needs to stop, and the overpopulation needs to be stopped soon because it's causing a huge problem. And so, I hope that you have been persuaded to get your own pet spayed and neutered because it's cost efficient in most areas, and it's very easy to get done by your local clinic. I hope you've learned why this can help your furry little buddy be happy and healthy. Thank you for listening to my speech.